nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. They come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80. Long as I got stuff from most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm throwing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to English, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste.
Goddamn is right, man. Goddamn is right. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody, man? What is going on? How's everybody doing tonight? We are back with, yet again, another edition of Notorious Unscripted, man. This is episode 182 of Unscripted, man, where we talk about all things in the week of wrestling, bro. So, if this is your first time watching, guys, do not know how the show works. Every Monday, we are on here after Monday Night Raw with Notorious Unscripted, and every Friday, we are on here at 4 p.m. Central with the news, man. If you guys did miss this past Friday's edition of the news, that is episode 200. We celebrated our 200th episode of the podcast, man. You guys can now watch that on all platforms, man. That is on Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you want to see it first, join us right here live every Friday at 4 p.m. Central with the news. That is Cody gets his match as The Rock attempts to politic his way to the WWE Championship in order to, in his words, save WrestleMania, man. So we talked about all that good stuff. We talked about a great week of news, and like I said, that was last Friday, and it is on all platforms for you guys, man. So with that, if you guys also have not got the chance to pick up some of the official Notorious podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, where you can find all 8 of these beautiful designs and more available on there for you guys, man. You got the Chicago flag design, the Uncrowned Kings design, the base logo design, the Riddler-inspired IWC's Best Kept Secrets, the Notorious World Order, Grand Slam, Scratch logo, and the Only Community That Matters designs. All of those, plus more, like I said, available on there for you guys, man. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, man. Also, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels Podcast, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How the hell is it going, man?
It's good, it's alright, man. Everything's alright. Just been going, man. Just been going all you can do. But I've been alright, just been chilling. Got to watch a little bit of Raw today, which was nice. And yeah, man, just chilling, waiting for all this stuff to happen, man, and I can't wait, man. Durante always asks, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, the family's good. How is everybody doing in the live chat? And how's everybody else doing in the replay? And what are you, man? How are you doing?
Doing good, bro. I am doing good, man. Doing good. Yeah, can't complain, bro. Can't complain. Just waiting for 2 more weeks. We'll be at Elimination Chamber. Well, back-to-back pay-per-view weekends. Back-to-back pay-per-view weekends with Chamber and Revolution coming up. So it's an exciting time, man. It's an exciting time. Obviously on the road to WrestleMania. So that's always exciting, man. But other than that, nothing too much, bro. Nothing too much, man. Yeah, but that's about it. That's about it, man. And as Durante always asks, I'm good. Family's good. And what about you, Durante? Pops, how are you guys doing, man? Whether you guys are here now, whether you'll be here in a little bit, or whether you're a part of the Replay Mafia, man. How the hell are you guys doing, man? And thank you guys for being here as always, man. And once again, Durante, you know we always appreciate it, bro. You know we always appreciate the kind words, man. So absolutely, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate that you feel that way, bro, dude. So you know it always means the world, man. So yes, I appreciate that, dude. You're the best. So AEW Dynamite. AEW Dynamite, man. So I seen people saying, that this was a decent show. And, in some aspects, I do agree with those people. But, again, we're still kind of faced with the same problem. So, I agree with those people in the sense of, there was good match quality on the show. There was good match quality. I'm not going to lie. You know what I mean? But the problem still stands of these Dynamite cards just being so fucking match heavy. Like, this just happened to be a week where the matches actually turned out pretty good. You know what I mean? And it's not that they don't turn out good. It's just this happened excuse me. This happened to be a week where the matches you actually cared about. You cared to see Sting. Really only two of them, if we're being honest, at least for me. You cared to see Sting, in the World Tag Team Championship match, and you cared to see Swerve and Hangman because it served purpose. It served the purpose of being a number one contender match for the World Heavyweight Championship. There you go. It served the purpose. It served the purpose of being a number one contender match for the World Heavyweight Championship. Other than that, we had the announcement. We talked about it on Friday. But we had the announcement of Big Business. We had the announcement of AEW Big Business. So that was cool. It's going to be an AEW show that hopefully gets people excited again about the company and gets people, wanting to watch AEW, which, is obviously the best you can hope for. And hopefully it can get the company back on the correct track. But that we shall see. That we'll have to wait and see on that one. But so again, the show didn't turn out bad. It didn't turn out bad. There was a lot that I am going to want to talk about. There's a lot that I want to talk about with AEW Dynamite, but the beginning and the end of the show were good. And I don't. Again, I don't want to sit here and say it was a bad show, because it wasn't a bad show. But at the end of the day, the problem that, we were faced with, is still there. The show is just incredibly match heavy, and hardly any sort of promos or any sort of the best you'll get with AEW nowadays is you'll be lucky to see somebody in a backstage segment with Renee Paquette where they get a solid 30 seconds to get some shit off their fucking chest. But, man, without, this should be really telling how much MJF brought to this show, man, because he was really the only one that was doing a live promo segment in the ring where he's just on the stick with somebody.
Literally, man. Literally, we don't get that at all nowadays. And That's one of AEW's biggest problems, man. Anytime a pro in AEW is literally just a random backstage interview. That's all they do nowadays. Um, it's really annoying, man. The show has no momentum at all. I don't care about the matches. I don't care if they're good or bad. I don't care about most of them. Yeah. Well, what Dynamite we just got, there was the good tag match at the end and the good match at the beginning. But in between those, bro, I couldn't tell you the matches. I couldn't tell you what happened on Dynamite. Because what happened? A couple backstage interviews, a couple random matches. That's all AEW is at this point.
Unfortunately, bro. Unfortunately. Yeah. So we're going to talk about this show, and after we get done talking about Dynamite, because it shouldn't take too long, because again, not like we have any promo segments to talk about or anything. We have to talk about we're gonna update you guys with AEW's rankings update for the week. This week's an interesting one. So I have a lot of questions. But the show opens up with Adam Page and Swerve Strickland 3. This was the number one contender match. See who's going to go on to face Samoa Joe at Revolution. This one, very good. This was a very, very good match. That's, you can't expect anything less with Adam Page and Swerve here. This was a very good match. Swerve hit him with his I can't remember what the move's called. It's not the Swerve Stomp, but it's his other finisher. You guys know where he props him up and then he flips him forward. You guys know what move I'm talking about. So he hits Adam Page with that at about the 30-minute mark. He pins him. I believe he hit him with 2 or 3 of them in a row, and he pins him. He pins him, and 1, 2, and the referee calls for the bell, or the timekeeper, rung the bell because the time limit came up. Swerve and Hangman were in opposing corners. Swerve grabs the mic and he says, "You know how this goes. 5 more minutes." Adam Page then grabs the mic and laughs and says, "No, you had to beat me to get to the World Heavyweight Championship. You are not deserving of the World Heavyweight Championship." And he walks away. And Tony Schiavone would then get on the mic and say, "Wait, I've just gotten word via Tony Khan." And I honestly thought, which was kind of shocking for me at the time, I thought he was going to actually grant them the 5 more minutes, but he ended up saying what I thought. He ended up saying what I thought he was going to say, or what I thought he was going to say is that, the, match was going to be a triple threat at Revolution, which, when somebody grabs the mic in that regard, you would think they're going to mention something about the World Heavyweight or about 5 more minutes. That's usually what they do in this scenario. So that's what I thought he was going to say, which I was a little shocked by that, but then he ended up not saying it. So I wasn't really shocked, but he ended up going with the triple threat. I don't understand why it had to be done in that regard. I don't understand why there wasn't some sort of fuck finish here instead of a time limit draw. I mean, it seems like the most logical outcome of that would be to give 5 more minutes. I'm glad that they didn't, but logically, that's usually what they do. But for whatever reason, they didn't do it here, which, again, it makes sense, but it doesn't at the same time, if you guys get what I'm trying to say. But the match ends up getting confirmed for Revolution, a triple threat match, Hangman, Swerve, and Joe, and what was a very, very good opener from these two, and yeah, one of the best match of the night for sure.
Definitely, man. It was a great fucking match. And I like what they did at the end there. Even though, it makes it kayfabe wise, at the end of the day, Hangman was technically right. The whole thing was, he had to beat him to get the match, and he didn't beat him, So technically, in kayfabe, with the ending they went with, Hangman is right, but that is just gonna fuel his anger towards this feud, man. So I like it. And I like what they did there. Little different, but different's good, man. Good to see different. And yeah, they set up the triple threat, and I'm down, man. And dude, when Joe first won the title, I was like, oh yeah, he'll at least, retain that Revolution. But dude, at this point, I don't even know about that, dude. He actually might lose it at Revolution already. That's insane. I mean, was he even on the show this week?
He was in a backstage segment.
Oh, okay, I think I remember him saying something in a backstage segment, but that's all you get. It's a backstage segment.
Yeah, so Samoa Joe, so after this, Samoa Joe is in the back with Renee, and he's just screaming and shouting about how bullshit it is that but he has to face both of these guys at Revolution, but he did tell both of them that they are in danger. So yeah, that was that. That was that for the opening match to Dynamite. Yeah, again, very good match and very good post promo by Samoa Joe. But I seen a lot of people saying, was this a double turn? Was this to turn Swerve babyface and Adam Page heel? Are we fucking serious right now with this shit, man? I mean,
It was like people. It's been established for years in AEW that sometimes baby faces just do. They get mad. Just because a baby face gets mad doesn't mean they're a heel. Like what? That they're not all fucking old Vince McMahon goody two shoes good people.
yeah, and I mean, again, I mean, are we really are we really even thinking about turning Adam Page heel? I mean,
Oh, so stupid.
what? And I mean, like thinking about like could Swerve is so liked by the audience. Could he be a heel or sorry? Could he be a reputable babyface right now as we speak? Sure, he can, but
I
it's a
let you.
yeah, it's about building the character as a heel and building upon that because people like it. How do you think how do you think Roman Reigns would have fared if a couple months in, like Vince McMahon wanted to turn him babyface? Imagine if Roman just, yeah, sure, man, let's go along with it. Let's just turn me babyface. I think he was supposed to turn babyface for the first time in his feud with Brock Lesnar after Paul Heyman, because Paul Heyman was gonna turn on him, I believe, at day one or whatever it was. Imagine that. Imagine he would have fucking turned babyface in early 2022. Imagine it, like, no, it's a stupid decision. You are to build upon his heel character as it is right now because people like it. And then once you get to a point where there's nothing else you can physically do with it, booking wise, then you start that arc and start to turn him babyface, and people already love him. It doesn't make
Like
any sense.
exactly, their obsession with turning people heel and face, and then face. Like, dude, just let people be used as what they are, and then once it's slowing down, then you turn them.
I don't know. I don't fucking know why it's so hard to understand. Tony Storm takes on Red Velvet with Deonna Purrazzo at ringside not on the mic, on commentary. Tony Storm picks up the victory against Red Velvet, and that was pretty much that.
Yeah, classic. Just a match, man.
So I literally have to search this up because I have no fucking idea what their names are. But so the Blackpool Combat Club Okay. Okay. The Blackpool Combat Club take on. Hold on. Wait for it. Okay, alright, here we go. They take on the Stars of CMLL. Okay? They take on Volador Jr., Hekirio, and Mascara Dorada. Are you fucking serious, man? I mean, dude, first of all, these guys come out with fucking CML Ultrons like they're fucking, like they're,
A main event.
yeah, seriously. Good lord. They come out with fucking CML Ultrons like your fucking character as soon as you start up your My Career in WWE 2K. The guy's coming out with fucking WWE Logotrons. So they come out with CML Ultrons. That's the first thing. And look, everybody, everybody gives Tony a lot of flack for his Rent-A-Luchas, as they should, because it's ridiculous. But I will say, I'll give Tony the props, at least up until this point. When he does bring over his luchas, they're fairly known, fairly bigger names in Mexico, right? Drilistico, Mystico, fucking Vikingo. I'm sorry, but who the fuck are these three guys? And why the fuck? What does CMLL, why are they feuding now with the Blackpool Combat Club?
Why are they here? Why are they taking time away from actual signed roster members? Who gains anything from this? Definitely not the fans. Not me.
It has just been confirmed that Malachi Black hasn't had a singles match in 600 fucking days. And we got time for Volador Jr. I mean, bro. Dude, this is so bad. And again, at least, for the most part, when Tony brings over his luchadors, his Rent-A-Luchas, they are fairly known in the, by the American... I mean, not by a big margin of them, but like when it comes to, if you were to ask people of an American audience who are some names in Mexico that they might know from, the Mexican promotions, whether it's, AAA or, CMLL, they'll spit out a name like Vikingo, right? Like Drilistico, right? Or Mystico, and I, one of those guys used to be Sin Cara, so that's probably why a lot of people know him. But to my point, most of the time he's done an okay job. They're unneeded, but at least he'll bring over a name that people are familiar with. Again, stop bringing people over that aren't signed to your company, but at least if you're gonna bring somebody over, at least, bring somebody that's got a little bit of hype behind them. Somebody that people, are familiar with. They heard his name before. Who the fuck are these people you're bringing over here, bro? And then they fucking do it again on Collision. He faces, fucking Mox and Claudio face Star Jr. and Estfinge. Who the fuck are these people, bro? And why the fuck are they getting TV time? Meanwhile, again, Malachi Black hasn't had a fucking singles match in your company in 600 days. The last time this guy had a singles match, he was probably fucking feuding with Cody Rhodes still.
I think I saw what the match was. I think it was an fucking whatever title is called, title shot that he lost. I think Pac was the champ. I think he was.
Pac.
But
Okay.
Something like that, dude. It was something along those lines. Yeah, that's literally the last match he singles that match he had. Over 600 days, bruh. I think we might have just started using cameras when that fucking match happened. What are y'all doing, bro? The man hasn't had a singles match since, and you're fucking paying these fucking random rental-luchas to come by and do nothing for your show. I don't get it.
Okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about. So, okay. Okay, it was that summer. Right. Okay. So, thankfully, because that would have been really sad. Thankfully, he was not feuding with Cody Rhodes, but instead, Pac was still well, it wasn't even called the International Championship then. It was still the All Atlantic Championship when fucking Malachi Black had his last singles match and Pac was the champion and he was the first champion for that championship. CM Punk was the interim or the was out injured with the World Championship when Malachi Black had his last singles match. We are now 1, 2, 3 world champions past that reign.
Now he's injured in fucking WWE. What the fuck? What the fuck is Tony doing, bro?
So the Malachi Black's last singles match was before Brawl Out.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane.
Wardlow was the TNT champ. Brawl Out hadn't even happened yet. Fucking the whole AEW rebuild phase didn't happen yet. Collision wasn't a show till probably like a year later after that. CM Punk came back to AEW again in that time. He fought another guy backstage. He got fired in that time. He returned to WWE in that time, and he still all through that time hadn't had a singles match. Meanwhile,
That's wild.
we have time for Heike Hero. Are you
Can you
fucking serious?
get a new fucking booker, please? Because Tony Khan is too busy. What I think Tony Khan is doing at this point, now that I fucking had to endure it, this man's probably too busy navigating Cage Match in the back to be fucking writing a good show. That's where all his fucking brain power goes to.
Trying to figure out how to fucking navigate that monstrosity of a website. So, the BCC pick up the victory, and the other Rentaluchas that were sitting ringside jump the barricade and get in the ring to attack the AEW guys, and I shit you not, these are the people that come to their aid. I had to watch this on replay so I get this down. First of all, one of the guys had a mask that looked like a fucking possum head. What the fuck was that? Okay, here's who comes to their defense. Tell me this isn't the most random fucking crop of people. Okay, here we go. So, damn, I can't make out who that other guy is. Okay. Oh, no fucking way.
Was it Johnny Cruz?
No, it wasn't Johnny fucking Cruz. Fuck Johnny Cruz. So, oh damn, I can't make out who that one dude is. I want to say. Okay. So. Oh my god, okay, that is who I fucking thought it was. Okay. I just had to be sure. So, who comes to the Blackpool Combat Club's aid? You might think, right?
Mm-hmm.
Matt Menard and Angelo Parker of 2.0. What?
What?
Oh, the other two are even worse. Action Andretti and Christopher Daniels.
What? I thought bro was in fucking TNA.
That's
What
Frankie
the fuck?
Kazarian. Christopher Daniels is the head of talent relations. And
How the
he's
fuck is the head of talent relations coming up there to fight? What the fuck?
what the fuck? First of all, what do Christopher Daniels, Action Andretti, and 2.0 have to do with each other, let alone the Blackpool Combat Club?
Like, bro, why do you have a fucking... Why do you have these fucking, people who do backstage shit go out there and do shit? What is fucking... What, when fucking, Drew McIntyre's beating somebody up, just fucking Adam Pearce just runs there and starts fucking cooking his ass? No, because that's stupid.
Bro, eh, I don't fucking know, man. I don't know. Blackpool Combat Club versus the Stars of CMLL. These guys are stars, apparently.
Apparently.
AEW would then announce Big Business for the TD Garden in Boston. Obviously, he's doing the same exact thing he did with CM Punk. He is making, which I wonder if this is going to be the show that Okada debuts at too. But regardless, he's doing a worst kept secret thing to get it to sell out. The same thing he did with, CM Punk, but the difference between Rampage, The First Dance, and AEW Big Business is that show would have fucking sold like hotcakes if Punk was there or not. I can't say it would have sold out without the rumor of CM Punk, but that was in a time period where fans were actually clamoring to have AEW come to the United Center over the Wintrust or what the
Which one do
Sears
they
Center
always go? Yeah.
in Schaumburg. They were clamoring for the United Center. So again, I can't say it would have got the CM Punk numbers. Obviously, CM Punk helped that, but regardless, people were actually clamoring for it at the time. So, yeah.
Exactly. It was a time when AEW at that point itself was so hyped up and they fucking were teasing CM Punk. It was unbelievable. And it happened and that shit was crazy. I loved the worst kept secret aspect of his AEW debut. But here it just screams, please buy tickets for this Dynamite. That's all it is. Please buy tickets for Dynamite. Because 2021 Tony Khan would have just naturally debuted a talent like Mercedes at his hottest show. But he doesn't have a hottest show, so he has to make one for them to get ticket sales. It's just sad. It really is.
Seriously. Konosuke Takeshita defeats Chris Jericho in a match that was decent. Takeshita picks up a victory, and yeah, that's pretty much about it there.
Look at that, man. Another match. Awesome.
Another one, yep. Yeah, another match. Yay. Love me some fucking matches, man. So yeah, that was that. And the main event, Sting and Darby Allin versus Ricky Starks and Big Bill in a Texas Tornado tag team match. This one was pretty good, pretty enjoyable. You had Sting out there in we're under a month. We are under a month from when Sting hangs up the boots. So this man was absolutely out there killing himself as he always does, jumping off the top of the entrance tunnel from the crowd,
Just
throwing
doing wild shit.
exactly throwing himself all around, man. But in the end, him and Darby Allin ended up picking up the victory. Darby pushed Big Bill through a table, and Sting was able to hit the Scorpion Death Drop on Ricky Starks to get himself some gold in AEW, man, before his run is up. So him and Darby Allin are your new AEW World Tag Team Champions in what was a very, very, very good match, man. Very good.
Definitely, man. It was a great match. Love what they did there, man. Sting just doing crazy shit he shouldn't do. Love it. Darby doing crazy shit he probably shouldn't do either, but that's why they're awesome. That's why people love them. But it was a great match, dude, and a great moment. They won the tag titles. Sting has gold after all these years, man, and it was really awesome to see, man. It really was.
Definitely, man, definitely. So in the ending sequence to the show, the Young Bucks come out in all white suits and absolutely take apart Darby Allin and Sting. They beat the absolute shit out of these guys, and this would lead Sting's sons, who were sitting ringside, to get in the ring to defend, their dad and Darby Allin, and the Bucks would take them out too. The Bucks were wearing all white suits, and by the end of this thing, their suits were all full of blood. It was a very, very, very cool visual. These guys came out with all white bats too. Very, very good, man. And this is some of the Young Bucks' best presentation since they've been in AEW, man. They've looked great under this EVP role. Play up on it, bro. Play up on it. It's similar to, The Rock. You know what I mean? People were hating on the guy, so play up on it, dude. Play up to how he's on the board and fucking give us a little bit of that Hollywood Rock character. That's what people want to see. Play up to the shit, man. Play up to it. Don't ignore it. Because if you ignore it, your fan base will only retaliate against what they don't like that much more. So it's no good. So yeah, man. So the Young Bucks look great in this, man, and this was a great beatdown segment after the match.
Definitely, man, it was phenomenal. Love the way they were presenting themselves. All white suits were fucking bloody as hell after the beatdown. Even a move got renamed, man. Commentary was informed. It is no longer the BTE trigger. It is now the EVP trigger. That shit killed me. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was hilarious. I fucking love the Young Bucks, man. Are they probably one of the main reasons that CM Punk is gone? Yes, that is okay at this point. It's just the way AEW is now. But at the end of the day, when it comes to TV, they're going to be some of the best people on it. And right now it's no different, man. Doing phenomenally. And I love what they're doing here.
Definitely, man. So yeah, that was the episode of AEW Dynamite. This was a pretty decent episode. Pretty decent episode, if I do say so myself, man. But AEW, they, like I said, put on a pretty good show, man. Tony Khan's big announcement was not a streaming service, of course. But they did announce big business, and like Sir K said, at this point in the current state of AEW, it does look like a desperation move. It looks like a desperation move. It definitely doesn't look very good considering we're coming off of 1,000 people in the stands for Dynamite. That's kind of become almost the new norm. So we'll have to wait and see, man. But I'm going to be very interested to see what they get inside of the TD Garden for big business.
It's interesting, man. I've heard it's almost sold out already, so that's actually good for them.
Yeah, that is good. That is good. So yeah, that was pretty much it for AEW, man. So let's give you guys an update on the rankings. Well, let's start with the one that let's start with the one that let's start with the women's first. Is what I meant to say. Well, the number one contenders go Deonna Purrazzo at 1, Thunder Rosa at 2, Hikaru Shida at 3, Sky Blue at 4, and Mariah May at 5. Another thing I wish they would do with these rankings is show the person's record, because I have a lot of questions when it comes to like the tag team side of this bracket.
Oh, I really do, man.
So that's that. The men's championships, the contenders go as followed. Number 1, Swerve Strickland. Number 1, Hangman Adam Page. Number 3, Adam Copeland. Number 4, number 4, Jon Moxley. And number 5, Konosuke Takeshita. Does anybody see a fucking problem with that? And if you didn't notice, like Sir K said, how the hell do we go from number 1, Swerve Strickland, number 1, Adam Page, to number 3, Adam Copeland?
Like, what? I don't get it, dude. I really don't get it. Why is there no number 2? At that point, just don't make a number 5 if you're not going to include all the numbers and do 2 1s, 2, 3, 4. Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it at all. And another thing I don't get, now that it comes to mind, where the fuck has Christian Cage been?
I think he's on Collision. I think he's almost always just on Collision.
I haven't even seen clips of him on there, but I'd have to look into it. But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so why don't you just put Swerve and Hangman in the same number 1 box and just have a number 2? Well, first of all, why the hell are they even lumped in together anyway? Why are all the men's champion? And besides, okay, so Roderick Strong's getting a international championship match. Where the fuck is he on these rankings?
Yeah.
Why is Jon Moxley's on there? Bryan Danielson just got a championship match for Revolution for the Continental Crown title. He's not on here. I mean, make this shit make sense, dude. I mean, what the fuck? Yeah, makes absolutely no sense.
No, it really doesn't. It proves what we said before, people wanted it back, to never bring it back. And when they do, they bring it back and it blows. Fucking shocker. Anyone knew that this shit was gonna fucking suck when they thought about bringing it back.
The number 1 contenders for the trios titles go as followed. FTR and Daniel Garcia are number 1. Bullet Club Gold is number 2. The Hardys and Mark Briscoe are number 3. And the Blackpool Combat Club is number 4. And Dark Order is number 5. Which, if I can go back to last week, let me see. Or to the last week's set of rankings we got. Let's see. So, okay, cool. So, let's see. Let's take a look at this. So for the trios, let me screenshot that. And okay. All right. Now for my questioning. Okay, so for the trios division, FTR and Daniel Garcia last week were at number 4. And this week, they're number 1.
Wow.
What the fuck did they do in that time that catapulted them from number 4 to number 1? The Dark Order were also, I believe they were number 3. Yes, they were number 3. Now they're number 5. And the Blackpool Combat Club sneaks in there. So those are your rankings for the trios. And for the tag team championships, the tag team champions are obviously Sting and Darby. Number 1 contenders are Ricky Starks and Big Bill. The guys that just lost the titles are the number 1 contenders. Okay. Number 2 are Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli. Number 3 is Top Flight. Number 4 is Private Party. And number 5 is FTR. Okay, so last week, the tag team, the tag team champion bracket had John Silver and Alex Reynolds in it. This week, they're completely gone. And the one that gets me, last week, number 3 was Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli. This week, it's Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli.
How does that fucking work? AEW doesn't have Freebird rules. At least I never remember them having that shit. So how does that work with the fucking rankings?
I have no fucking idea. None of this makes a lick of sense. And we talked about it a little bit on Friday. I absolutely grin from ear to ear when I see these videos of people saying, I wanted the rankings back, but this isn't what I thought it was going to be. You people are... Yes, you people are failing to realize there's a reason we got rid of them in the first place. And all you guys wanted them back. For what? For what? Because you're trying to hold on to AEW's past and you think that this is some sort of calling card that's gonna fucking make AEW revert back to the old days. Dude, I'm telling you, the rankings of all things are not what made AEW AEW. It is the one thing that they're ignoring. And that is storytelling. And what do they say? Well, we do storytelling. We just do it in a different way. We're bringing alternative storytelling. We tell our stories inside of the ropes. Really? Really? So, what about all those stories in the Continental Classic that happened 2 months ago that are absolutely dead in the water? You can't touch those now. What about the story of Mark Briscoe being in his rookie?
Like, you say you tell your stories in the ring. What stories are you telling in the ring? Yeah, you got fucking Swerve and Hangman. That was already a story outside of the ring. Well, you know, in the kayfabe aspect outside of the ring. Like, what do you mean by you're not even following up on those stories you're talking about? Tony Khan is just forgetting about them like he forgets about everything and everyone else.
Completely ridiculous, bro. Completely ridiculous. We're 2 months past the Continental Classic, and it is absolutely useless. It is absolutely fucking useless, man. It served, it did nothing for anybody. It didn't.
It really didn't. I don't know why they did it. They didn't fucking... They never picked up on any of the stories afterwards. They never even explained what the Triple Crown title even is. And it's just a pointless fucking title on the roster now.
Definitely, man. That was AEW Dynamite. That was the week of AEW. Oh yeah, another week. Just another fucking week for AEW, man. So, a couple things on SmackDown. Triple H kicked off the show to talk about the fallout from the press conference. He threw major shade at The Rock here, where he talked about yesterday some people that are in authority did some things that were uncalled for, and they think that they can throw their weight and their authority all around the place when they don't really have any. So he said some people need to just know their role. So he threw major shade at The Rock. The Rock and Roman Reigns did not decide to grace us with their presence on this show, but they'll be gracing us with their presence on Friday. So I'm assuming that's when we'll see a little bit of The Rock joining the Bloodline type deal going on Friday. So that should be interesting to see. But Triple H then said Cody Rhodes is going to go on to attempt to finish his story at WrestleMania. But what does that leave for Seth Rollins? He talked about how there's going to be Elimination Chamber qualifying matches throughout the next number of weeks to determine Seth Rollins' challenger for WrestleMania. So that was the open to the show. Pretty good open, and setting the tone for everything. And I wish they would have gave us a little bit of those answers at the press conference. I didn't really see the point of dragging that along to SmackDown, but I don't understand why they couldn't have just, told us at the press conference. But I do get, you did want to end it on, the physicality, the slap, and The Rock telling Triple H to fix it, and that he's gonna slap the fucking teeth out of Cody's mouth or whatever he said. I get you wanted to end it on that, so I do understand. But yeah, this was the open to SmackDown, so yeah, that was that.
Oh yeah, man, I thought it was a great open. I love the vibe from it. I love what Triple H is doing with this. And I really enjoy where they're going with all of this, man. I care about it. There's so much momentum in all this, and that's what's important most, man. It really is.
Definitely. So we get the first of the qualifying matches for the Elimination Chamber. And that is Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles. AJ Styles picks up the victory. Sorry. Drew McIntyre picks up the victory against AJ Styles because of a LA Knight distraction. So yeah, Drew McIntyre obviously picked up the victory. Everybody knows Drew was going to the chamber anyway. So I was a little shocked by the matchups that they are giving us with these qualifying matches.
Yeah, they were pretty different. I did not expect them, but I like it. I like what they're doing. I like how they're building to this match. And Drew got that first spot in it, and winner. He's gonna be the winner, bruh.
Definitely, man. So the next qualifying match for the Elimination Chamber was Bianca Belair versus Michin, where Bianca Belair did end up picking up the victory. She did end up picking up the victory. I seen those got leaked. I seen the Elimination Chamber got leaked. I seen a lot of people debunking it, but to be 100% honest, I genuinely think that might be, at least that or very similar to that, is what we're going to end up seeing for the Elimination Chamber anyways.
I see it. The only person I see, possibly not being put in that match is Jade. Other than that, I think it was going to be pretty accurate anyway.
Mm-hmm. So, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate beat DIY to earn a spot at Elimination Chamber to challenge Judgment Day. So that should be good. I just hope Judgment Day doesn't fucking just beat them too.
Exactly. It'll make the loss to DIY pointless, or the win and loss of DIY pointless.
mhm. And then in the main event, we got the Elimination Chamber qualifier, Randy Orton versus Sami Zayn. This was another one that shocked me because I could have seen WWE putting both of these guys in here. But Randy Orton, Sami Zayn, this was actually a pretty cool spot. Sami Zayn did his thing where he runs at the rope, he jumps off the bottom one, and then flies up and over his opponent. As soon as he landed on his feet, man, Orton hit him with an RKO out of nowhere and beat him to put himself in the Elimination Chamber match, man. So Randy Orton is going to be in the Elimination Chamber as Sami Zayn loses again. And I see some sort of outcry for Sami Zayn's losses. Sami Zayn picking up a string of losses is nothing but good news, if you ask me, because that means Triple H is cooking something. So beware.
Exactly. They're doing it on purpose, man. It's not fucking Johnny Gargano under Vince McMahon type deal. There's
Right.
something going on here. They're building to it, and I'm excited to see whatever they're doing with Sami Zayn. Man, I thought he was going to be in the match. He's not, man, and that's okay.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean. I feel like they're going to do a Road to WrestleMania story with Sammy, or it's going to be a
I
tough
see it.
road to get there.
Definitely, man. I think so.
WWE put out a WrestleMania 40 teaser trailer, where in that trailer it's Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins going face to face with The Rock and Roman Reigns. Dude, how do you feel about this match possibly taking place night one?
Oh, I think that's stupid as hell, to be honest. If you're gonna do this fucking tag match, tell Roman, get on the fucking plane and go to Australia. I don't want that shit at Mania, dude. Is it fun? Is it a fun looking match to randomly have? I'm down for it. Only spot I'll accept it before Mania is that Chamber, dude. I don't want this shit on night one. Give that main event to literally anybody else. Seth, fucking EO, anybody.
Definitely, man. And that's even if Rollins is good to go for Chamber. So,
It's true.
obviously, which would mean Rollins and Reigns could possibly be doing double duty at WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Um, so
Which would be fun.
that's another thing to think about. I mean, by Mania, Rollins will be fine. He'll actually, if he doesn't get in the ring until April, his 4 to 6 weeks is up in the beginning of March. You know what I mean? So he'll have a whole nother month and bring him till the whole beginning of April. So he'll be more than fine. And it's not really a thing for me if we do this at WrestleMania. If it's not really, for me, it's not really a thing if Rollins could do it, because I know medically he'll be fine to do it, but at the end of the day, they did an okay job of making me hype for it tonight. But overall, man, like Sir K said, the main thing that I take out of it, man, is you're robbing, somebody of their main event. And it's like, sure, are you not really robbing Rollins of his main event because he's going to be in the main event? Sure. But at the end of the day, I think his main event should be for the World Heavyweight Championship, man. I mean, and I think that's what he would want his main event to have in it.
Exactly. That's what I think it's just a fucking a theft of a main event, man. I think it's pointless. Because
Definitely.
even kayfabe wise, what does that match do for Cody? You know,
Mm-hmm.
Rock can still just show up the next night and fuck him over if he really wanted to. Well, how does that take care of the rest of the fucking bloodline? You know what I mean? I don't think it makes sense to do that Mania at all.
And that's the thing that gets me, is the whole narrative of, well, you got to stop The Rock before he can fuck you over. Well, if you do the fucking match on night one, he could just fucking show up the next night and fuck him over. That doesn't make That doesn't make any sense. So I definitely agree with your take there, because that's the narrative that, you know, they're trying to push out is you got to stop The Rock. It's like, dude, there's 2 nights to WrestleMania. He's gonna go home. He's gonna shower. He's gonna go to his hotel. He's gonna shower. He's gonna fucking have a nice
Wake
night
up.
of sleep. Wake up the next morning, and he could just go right back there and fuck over Cody Rhodes if he wanted to.
Exactly. Like maybe put a stipulation behind the tag match. If the baby faces win the tag match, then maybe throw a stipulation like if anybody interferes to help Roman Reigns, he loses the title. Maybe something like that. But like, I thought the best way to end the Roman reign was you just have the bloodline themselves purposely not fucking help them anymore. Now I thought that was supposed to be the whole end to the title. It was the bloodline themselves are like, yeah, we're done helping you, dog, and that's the end of it. I don't like how they're kind of handling this with the bloodline right now.
Definitely, man. I think it. I think what should happen this year should be very reminiscent to what happened last year. You can have Solo come out there and help Roman Reigns, and it's not keeping Cody Rhodes down. So in turn, Roman is pissed that Solo's interferences aren't working enough, to where he gets mad at Solo, takes it out on him, and then Solo finally fucking says to hell with this and gives Roman Reigns a Samoan spike, which then could lead you into the final sequence of the match where, you know, he maybe turns around or backs up into some sort of triple crossroads or something like that. And, you know, that's how the Roman reign ends. So that's personally what I would do. I think that I think that would be an awesome thing to share with the I think that would be an awesome thing to share with the difference of the years. So yeah, I think I think that's the way to do it, man. But yeah.
Definitely.
So tonight the show opened up with Jey Uso and the New Day versus Imperium. Yes, the show opened up with a match. Interesting. Very, very interesting per WWE's track record. And Jey Uso and the New Day do pick up the victory. Jey Uso hit a Uso splash on, I want to say, Mr. Vinci. He hit him with an Uso splash, and yeah, that was the end of that match, and it is confirmed for next week on Monday Night Raw that Jey Uso will be taking on Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship. So I would like to see Jimmy screw Jey out of that opportunity and then start the build for their Mania match.
Definitely, man. I like the sound of that. I like where that's going, and like how the show opened tonight. Thought it was a great match.
Definitely, man. We got a beautiful, beautiful video package for Andrade. He talked about how this business is everything to him. He talked about how he had his first match at age 13, and he traveled the globe and made a star out of himself, and then he had to come to WWE, where he became the NXT champion and the United States champion, but he said that those weren't enough, and he needed to leave WWE to find out who he was once again, and now he is back. And yeah, that was the video package that they played for Andrade. Beautiful, beautifully done video package. I absolutely loved it.
Definitely, man. I love what they did here. I love the history they talked about. I love the leaving um, WWE reference. Love what they did here, man. I can't wait.
Definitely, bro. Another Elimination Chamber qualifier, Bobby Lashley versus Big Bronson Reed. Kind of fun going back to this feud from before the draft, Bobby and Bronson.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, but Bobby Lashley just beats Bronson Reed here.
Like, bruh, what? Like, I don't know, man. Bronson Reed in this, dude.
Bronson is from Australia. Why the fuck did he not beat Bobby Lashley here? Why is Bobby Lashley going to the chamber? And also, apparently, B-Fab's in the group now, which that fucking blows. What the fuck is that? I didn't think that group needed her in it at all. I mean, I don't understand. I mean, you deny Odyssey Jones a spot into that group, but you fucking approve B-Fab?
Wait, they denied Odyssey Jones to be in that group?
Oh yeah, that got scrapped.
Oh my god. You know, I'm gonna be real, dude. I liked it when it was an idea, and I liked it at the start, but I don't think Bobby Lashley mixes well with the Street Profits, man. I really don't. I don't think the group works. I think it's a dud.
They failed to evolve. The Street Profits offered absolutely nothing new about themselves.
No, exactly. They're just meaner, and when you gotta be different. You have, like you said, you have to evolve, and they didn't evolve, and it's just not gonna work like that.
Yeah, in the beginning of it, we should have gotten a full-blown heel Street Profits group.
Yep.
Not this, you know, we want to be mean, we just don't know how to be mean. No, none of that. No, they should have fucking been serious. Look at what it did for the Usos. You shed all the bullshit, you shed all your charismatic bullshit. Appealing, you want to be funny and entertaining, and you want to be, lively and upbeat. Look what it did. I mean, it just
Made their careers. And then they did it once over again. They were able, after a couple of years, to bring back that fun, goofy side out of them. And at that point, it was great. You need patience to be able to bring stuff like that back.
absolutely. And yeah, they absolutely failed to offer anything new and exciting about themselves. And it's the same old Street Profits. They come out doing their same old entrance. They're fucking jumping around, dancing. I mean, it was never gonna work. It was never gonna work like that. And it's it brings me back to when I was watching the A&E biography on the NWO. And when the NWO started, Hogan was still doing his fucking "what you gonna do, brother, running wild on you." And in that documentary, Kevin Nash and Scott Hall were saying, they told him, no more of this shit. This is done. Hulkamania is done. It's over. No more.
Mm-hmm.
And that is what allowed the NWO to work. Hulk Hogan presented a fucking completely new version of himself, a completely new iteration of his character. That's what made it work. Look at Roman Reigns.
Came back as a bad guy. He wasn't just a bad big dog. He was something completely different.
They would have fucking
the
called
bad
him that
dog.
too. Oh, dude.
The bad dog.
Imagine if Roman Reigns came back with Paul Heyman and he's still sitting there saying, "This is my yard now, and I'm the big dog, and I can and I will, and believe that." No, he shed all of it. He switched everything around. He went from "this is my yard" to "this is my island." Acknowledge me. He head of the table, all new nicknames, all new everything, all new mannerism. Pretty much a fucking completely new person sitting in front of us.
Exactly.
And the Street Profits, and I'm not going to blame Bobby Lashley because we know Bobby can do it. We've seen him do it. And he was fine. He was the one that was trying to get them to introduce a new side of themselves. I remember those first couple promos with them where he was talking about, we're not coming for anything else other than power. We're coming for power. We're coming for money. We're coming for, Bobby's great in that role, but they failed to evolve. And until they do that, they're never going to get to that next level.
No, exactly. The group will just be a failure. It just won't work.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Again, they needed to present brand new versions of themselves, not a fresh coat of paint. A fresh coat of paint does not make the stain go away.
Nope.
That's that. So, yes, but Sergey, that's a great observation you make, because it's yes, that's it's I don't know.
Yeah, I really just don't think the group worked.
Why the fuck did Bobby Lashley beat Bronson Reed here? I mean, seriously. And if what Logan is saying is true, Bronson is expecting his first kid, so that's why he won't be able to make it. I know that sucks, because I know he wanted to be there, and I know he wanted to be in Australia. But if that's the case, it's understandable. And that's got to be the only reason. That has to be.
Exactly, that better be the reason.
But I did not know that. So if that is the case, then congrats to my boy Bronson Reed.
Oh, yeah.
Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes is up next. He asks Lexington, Kentucky. What do you guys want to talk about? He asked them what they want to talk about. They then started talking about The Rock. They started talking about how Cody knew when he when he was in the back, he knew that this isn't how WrestleMania was going to go on. Seeing The Rock and Roman Reigns sit there and talk all about their bloodline and their family tree. So that's when Cody Rhodes made the decision to go out there and challenge Roman Reigns, make the decision to challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania instead of Seth Rollins. So Cody then talked about how The Rock slapping him, he tells The Rock he's going to get his hit back. This would then lead Seth Rollins to come out, and Seth would tell Cody Rhodes, we haven't seen eye to eye very often, but I have a lot of respect for you, and I don't have any respect for people who think that they can just come here and push their weight around and do whatever the hell they want. And that's what Roman Reigns and The Rock represent. He talked about how he feels like this is partly his fault, because he said many years ago, him and Roman Reigns would walk down those very aisles in a tactical vest, and he feels responsible for bringing Roman Reigns here, but he could have never imagined the monster that Reigns would become. Very interesting. So he told Cody Rhodes, so I just want to let you know you do not have to fight this fight alone, and he said, and there would be no person more poetic to be your shield than a visionary, than a revolutionary, than somebody they used to call the architect, than Seth freaking Rollins. They did a great job at getting me hyped for this tag match. But again, I would really hate to see a championship spot at WrestleMania overshadowed by a tag match. And at least the tag match last year was rich in story and made sense. This is a tag match that is not that whatsoever.
Definitely, man. Definitely. They're building up to it. It's alright. But, this shit shouldn't be happening, man. At the end of the day, tonight, the promo, phenomenal. Loved everything Seth was talking about. Love how he's like, I got your back against him. That shit's great. It really is. But this tag match just isn't it, dude. It really isn't.
Definitely, man. Yeah, I mean, I appreciate, I do appreciate, WWE putting in the effort to make people hype for the tag team match. But again, it is just something I don't really feel like it needs to happen. And in the beginning of at least at WrestleMania, or at least a main event of WrestleMania at that, in the beginning of the promo, Seth told Cody Rhodes, he says to him, I understand why you picked Roman Reigns. That should have been for Cody to say, not,
Yeah.
and then you can have Seth say, Cody, I understand. It's personal for you. I get it. But again, you could have at least had Cody Rhodes tell Seth at that press conference, like, hey, man,
Nothing personal
it's
for you.
exactly.
Literally, it's all it took.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So that was that promo from Seth and Cody Rhodes, which was very, very good. I liked it a lot. And yeah, so that was that. Um, Liv Morgan defeats Zoe Stark in another Elimination Chamber qualifier. So Liv is going there, going to the chamber next. Or she is the next participant to be added to the Elimination Chamber. JD McDonough defeat R-Truth. The Judgment Day would then initiate a what did they tell him in the backstage interview? An execution of R-Truth. R-Truth was trying to call the Miz before he went out for his match. Miz wouldn't answer, but the Miz did end up sending out DIY to save R-Truth. After the match, R-Truth thanked the guys that saved him. He said he thanked DIY for saving him. He said, "Man, who would have imagined R-Truth getting saved by DX? Man." He then looks at Johnny Gargano, Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, and he looks at Tommaso Ciampa and he calls him Triple H. And then he walks
That is
away.
hilarious.
That was fucking hilarious.
DX, bruh.
Which is even funnier because back in NXT, that's who people used to compare them to.
Literally.
They had the Triple H and Shawn Michaels rivalry of NXT.
Wild.
You love to see it. We got another Becky Lynch promo. It is kind of scaring me because they're making it, they're almost making it look a little too obvious that Becky Lynch is winning this Elimination Chamber, which kind of scares me because I really don't want to see it go to Liv Morgan. I mean, I know people, like, I know there's a lot of people that are, like, backing for that, but, like, I just don't really fucking care to see that story. I mean, how do you not fucking think Becky and Rhea is the more epic match?
Exactly. Like, she just returned. Like, build Liv up again for, like, a SummerSlam match or something.
It doesn't make any sense to me, and I see people talking about this like Liv is the one to, take the title from Rhea. Well, that proves my point even more why Liv shouldn't be the match at WrestleMania, because Rhea should not lose the title yet.
No, exactly. They don't know what they're doing with that hair. And I could see that. I could see Liv winning the chamber, and I could see, Becky trying to find a way to get into that match. Which, like, dog, why? Just do Becky.
Dude, the promos that Becky's been putting on for the past 3 weeks alone should just show you why that match should happen. Because it already just feels like an epic match, and the match isn't even fucking announced yet. I mean, again, Liv and Rhea may have a story, but I mean, I'm not saying she should never be given another chance again, But the first time she held the women's championship, it wasn't really all that great. I mean, granted, she was facing Ronda Rousey, so I would like to see her get another chance at a championship. I just don't think now's the time.
No, you gotta build her back up again.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, man. But I mean, I don't understand how anybody looks at this match, looks at the women's championship match for WrestleMania and doesn't think Becky Lynch, dude. I mean, every fucking time Becky Lynch gets on a stick, it's amazing, and she gets you hyped for the match, and that's the biggest match on this brand that you can do.
Exactly.
So I would love to see Becky and Rhea. Becky's one of my favorites of all time, and Becky has been taking Becky's been a lot more serious as of late. Pretty much the whole past year of her career, she's been very serious. She's been in a shit feud with Trish Stratus, but I wouldn't blame that on Becky at all. I would blame that on Trish
Yeah.
Stratus because she fucking absolutely sucks. Um and Becky's been built great. Becky's been built great. And again, Becky Lynch versus Rhea Ripley. If you fucking think Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley is going to give you a better WrestleMania story and match than Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley, you're out of your fucking mind.
No, literally. People are insane.
So, so Becky is out there and she's talking about how Rhea she's talking about how in her daughter's young life, she's had to explain a lot of rough things to her daughter. She's had to explain to her daughter why, her mom looks the way she looks when she's got bruises and bumps on her face. She then talks about how her daughter is going to have to see her mom's face getting, rubbed up against steel chain. She said she's had to explain to her daughter why daddy wants to fight Maui or Moana, or I think his name, yeah, it wasn't his name Maui in
Yeah.
that movie. Yeah. Um she's had to explain to her daughter why daddy wants to fight Maui, which is fucking hilarious. And then she said, but she's also gonna get to see what her mother is capable of. Nia Jax would then absolutely come out here and stink the fucking joint up, bro. Her acting skills, she does not she when it comes to others in her family, she is completely unrecognizable in the acting
I'm telling
department.
you. She really is.
Roman, the Usos, Solo's lack thereof. Fucking The Rock. All these guys can act their ass off, right? I mean, they can make something feel so legit and cool. We've seen it with the Bloodline story. I don't have to fucking explain further. And then you get to Nia Jax. Bro, what was that fake crying? And then when she stops her fake cry, she like did bro, did you think you were cooking there? I mean, what
If she did.
I mean, bro, oh man. I mean, god, that was awful. It was fucking horrendous. Rhea Ripley came out, and all three of the women broke out into a brawl, and yeah, that was that. And good fucking lord, that couldn't be over sooner enough.
Definitely, man. Definitely Nia Jax came out there, fucked the whole moment up. But before that, he was pretty nice. Great promo from Becky, man. I like what they're building there. Hopefully it's just Becky, but I don't know, I could see it.
I hope so, and I think so, especially because I know WWE is not going to want to do too many triple threat matches at WrestleMania,
It's true.
because
Exactly.
yeah, if you do have the World Heavyweight Championship match a triple threat, I doubt they have the same title match for the women a triple threat too.
Yeah.
But hopefully not, but we'll see. LA Knight defeats Ivar in an Elimination Chamber qualifier. Yeah, I can't say I was stoked to see Ivar in the Elimination Chamber, even though he's been doing great. I can't say that surprises me one bit. And in the main event, Sami Zayn loses to Shinsuke Nakamura because of a distraction from Drew McIntyre, which continues Sami Zayn's losing streak to 0-12, I believe. So Sami Zayn loses yet again to further his story, and yeah, I'm here for it, man. I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see what they got cooking. And as for Drew, yeah, he's, I guess, just biting his time till the Elimination Chamber, and then Cody Rhodes would come out at the end to Sami Zayn's aid, and that was Monday Night Raw.
Definitely, man. Good show. It was a good show, and I love what they're doing with Sammy, and it's been good, man.
Definitely, man, definitely. So, yeah, man, that is, yeah, that's pretty much everything. That is pretty much everything for the week of wrestling, bro. So, yeah, yeah, nothing else. So, a pretty good week, man. Pretty good week for WWE. An exciting week now that we're kind of in the mix of all the press conference stuff. So, you know, it's been it's been something of a roller coaster ride going on the road to WrestleMania. But yeah, that is about it for today's episode of Unscripted, man. This has been episode 182 of Unscripted, man. And thank you guys so much for joining us, man. You guys are the best. Whether you guys are here in the live chat or whether you guys are catching us on as a part of the Replay Mafia. Thank you guys so much, man. And yeah, that is going to do it for this edition of Notorious Unscripted. Thank you guys so much. It has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast. Another great edition of Notorious Unscripted. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. We love you guys. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on Friday with the news.
Peace.
I used to get pills on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arnold, and that's what you talking about, Willis. The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite, throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze cats till my clips is empty, don't tempt me. You don't want the fuck with the
I'll be damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the butter lyrics over harmony grit. It's the mood killer death trap. Yes, I'm a jet black ninja. Coming where you rest at, surrender. Step inside the ring, use the number one contender. Looking cold booty like your pussy in December. Nigga, stop bitching, button up your lippin'. From method, all you gettin' is